Last December, I filmed a Plan to Pan video as part of my Litmus series. It was only focused on the lip products that I wanted to finish in 2026. I think I have 15 lip products in front of me that I wanted to finish before the end of the year, and I'm very proud to say that I've made really great progress, and I am very much slated to reach my goals, almost all of my goals, I think, by the end of the year. I'll try to go in the same order that I went in that video, and I'll start with two somewhat clear lip products that I wanted to focus on. One of them was the Summer Fridays Birthday Cake Lip Balm, and the other one was this Je ne sais quoi lip balm that it has a slight pink tint on your lips, but it's essentially a clear balm, one that I really like. I love how velvety the texture of this is. I really like both of these, but they're just kind of everyday clear balms that I would just carry around with me. Sometimes I would wear them overnight, and they are both finished, so that is great, a great start. And in that video, I also brought up 3 lip pencils that I wanted to finish before the end of the year. One of them was About Midnight Seduction. This is a really creamy lip pencil. In fact, all 3 of these are. And so I go through these sorts of formulas more quickly than I do the stiff wooden lip pencils like the ones from NYX. About Seduction and the Roman lip pencil, you saw me finish these in my project pans. Admittedly, the Roman pencil I'm almost done with, and then I do have a little bit left of that 3rd lip pencil. This is from LA Girl in the shade Shockwave. No, it's in the shade Mauve. It's the Shockwave lip pencil. I've mentioned before, this broke on me multiple times. If it didn't, I imagine it would take me a lot longer to actually finish this, but just something with the formula doesn't want to stay intact. But yeah, I definitely feel like this will be done before the end of the year. I had 2 Clicky lip pencils, one from About Face in the shade Pink Pina, and then the other one from Kaja in the shade Crush Hard. The Pink Pina one was definitely more of a gloss, while the Crush Hard was definitely more of a more opaque lipstick. Beautiful. I loved both of these. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I still really like Clicky lipsticks. I may not be as obsessed with them as I was in years past, but these were definitely both a joy to finish. Another one I really liked was this Lip Rehab Therapy oil from Wonderskin in the shade Lover. It was essentially a clear lip oil, but it had a slight hint of a very light, almost cantaloupe pink. This didn't feel like a traditional lip oil to me. It definitely was a little thicker, like a lightweight gloss would be like, which is why I preferred it, because I'm not really a big oily lip oil girl. I don't think there was really much of it left when I mentioned it in that video, so I'm not surprised that this was finished quickly. I have 2 mini Pat McGrath lip glosses. The one that I was able to finish is the shade Nude Venus. This was beautiful. I love the Pat McGrath lip gloss formula, but I would only recommend it for the people out there who really, really like a thick gloss, one that definitely feels like it's on your lips. Almost like a nourishing lip mask and a gloss put together. And I really love the color too. It was a beautiful light peach color, had a tiny bit of sparkle in it. And I have one more from that mini duo that I got. This is admittedly going to be a lot harder to finish because it's a much darker color. This is in the shade Flesh 6. This and the next gloss that I have, this is the Cherub gloss from Vive. These are both really pigmented and very thick, so they last a long time. So it's not something like a really thin lip oil that I would be applying over and over again throughout the day. They're also just such specific colors that they wouldn't really go with every makeup look that I'm wearing. So I'm gonna have to find the motivation to really focus on these a lot more. I really like both of them. I think it's just how deep they are and how specific the colors are that's keeping me from making them an everyday lip product. But I'm still very determined. I would like to have both of these done by the end of the year. Another gloss I wanted to finish was this is Milky Gloss in Mint Chalk Chip Shake from NYX. I was able to finish it. It looks like it was a green gloss, but it was essentially clear on your lips. And then the last 3, technically 4, are products that I'm still working on, but I have been actively trying to reach for them even just a couple times every month so that I'm not left at the end of the year with them still full. And these are 4 of my oldest lipsticks in my collection, which is why I chose them specifically. The first one is this lipstick from Ulta Beauty, the Radiant Shine in the shade Fabulous. I don't think that they sell this anymore, and they probably haven't sold it for a long time. Beautiful plummy pink color, really nice everyday satin formula, so I am working on this and I have been reaching for it steadily. So even though there is quite a bit still left in the tube, I feel confident this can be gone by the end of the year. This next one is definitely much more of a challenge. It's from Make Beauty and it's the shade Red Emission, which is this really bright, warm red. But if you can see, I don't have that much left in here. The actual bullet itself is very thin and small, and there's also not a lot of product in here. And I tend to pair this with a red lip liner that's a little bit more brown to kind of help cancel out the really warm redness of this lip, because these really bright, warm, orangey reds don't really suit me, or I don't love how they look on me personally. So this requires a tiny bit of shade adjusting to work better for me. But the formula is amazing. I have this same lipstick in a sort of heather pink shade that I really love in the shade Equilibrium. These also smell so good. They smell like hot chocolate. Ugh. And then the last one is this Lisa Eldridge lipstick in the shade Rose Official. It's from their Lucent formula, which is their satin formula. I'm actually wearing this a little bit today on top of a Mauve lip liner. And I'm happy that I've been making progress on it. It was almost full by the beginning of the year, and I am again just trying to reach for it at least a couple times a month, ideally a couple times a week, to make really good progress on this. And I had another Lisa Eldridge lipstick. It was from their matte formula, their velvet formula, and it was in the shade Velvet Cinnabar, which was a beautiful, really rich burgundy color. And I did reach for that a few times, but it got to a point where the product itself started slipping around. The bullet of product wasn't attached to the lipstick container anymore, and it just became such a hassle to try to apply it. And because that's such a pigmented, rich color, it ended up becoming much more of a hassle than it was worth. And so I did end up just decluttering it. It was sad because I liked that color. It was very unique in my collection, but it just was not worth all of the mess that it was making. Someone did mention in the comments that Lisa Eldridge's customer service is great, and so if I had reached out to them, they likely would have sent me a replacement or done something to make it right, because those lipsticks aren't cheap. But you figure I've had these for years and years. They probably have some sort of time limit on that sort of thing. And I had already thrown away the lipstick at that point, so I just figured I'd cut my losses on that. It's still good to know that they have really great customer service, because there are a couple things from the rest of their makeup line that I would be interested in getting. So out of the 16 total lip products, I'm removing one because it's that Lisa Eldridge matte lipstick that I eventually just had to throw away before I could finish. So out of 15, I have 9 lip products that I've finished and 6 lip products that I still have to work on for the rest of this year. A couple of which I feel very confident will be finished sooner than later. The red lipstick from Make Beauty and the LA Girl Shockwave lip liner. And so these last 4 will be the real challenges: the Ulta Beauty lipstick, the Pat McGrath mini gloss, the Vive Cherub Gloss, and the Rose Official lipstick from Lisa Eldridge. The fact that I'm more than halfway through my lip products and I'm just around halfway through the year, that makes me feel very optimistic. Granted, some lip products are harder to finish than others, and I definitely have quite a few challenges ahead of me, but reaching for all of these has just reminded me how much I enjoy them. So I'm certainly not going to be hate painting any of these. I just need to remember to focus on these if possible. I'm so glad I did this update. It was such a good way to remind myself that I'm actually doing better than I even thought I was. Sometimes for me at least, sometimes I kind of get locked in and I feel good about the progress I'm making, but sometimes I don't really give myself a chance to look back and actually appreciate the progress that I'm making. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!